India is one of the 36 countries where marital rape hasn't been criminalized. Numerous petitions and cases over the years have been dismissed on the ground that law shan't change for one woman. The issue of marital rape has been long persistent in our country. The pandemic, however, just made it worse. Women had to deal with abusive partners inside the house and the virus outside. There is a huge stigma regarding marital rape or domestic violence in general. In a society like ours, victim shaming is common, and that's one of the reasons why women hesitate to report abuses. Things like separation, legal confrontation, and divorce are looked down upon, and most of the women refuse to leave their abusive partners. Instead, they seek advice on how to manage the situation. Marriage in Indian culture has been considered as a sacramental or a contractual relationship which gives a legitimacy to the couple for sexual intercourse. But does it mean that the bride has given consent to everything for the groom to do? Does the marriage give the groom a license to sexually assault his bride? No. But as a marriage has legalized sexual intercourse, people think that any sexual act in a marriage is not wrong, and thus they engage in the acts like marital rape, which cannot find a place in the Indian law. Supporters of Constitution say that Article 14 gives equal rights to all, whether they are women or men. But when it comes to a marriage, how come the rights of a bride vanish? A girl is taught in India that after her marriage, her husband will be her protector, her god, her bhagi vidhata, and she will have to listen to whatever he says and consent to whatever he does, and never try to bring shame to their marriage. But what if this same god turns into a devil? What if this same protector turns to be the deadliest assailant? People say that she can go to the court and file a suit against domestic violence, but how can the court punish for domestic violence when she has endured more than that? The forced sexual intercourse by the husband not only affects the wife physically but mentally also. Under Section 375 of the Indian Penal Code, a husband is held guilty if he has sexual intercourse with his wife who is under the age of 15 years, but not above that. The exception under Section 375 states that sexual intercourse by a man with his spouse, the wife not being below 15 years old, isn't always rape. While on the other hand, the Section 376 of IPC, talking about the punishment for rape, states that the rapist needs to be punished with imprisonment of either a description for a time period which shall not be more than 7 years, but which may extend to life, or for a time period extending up to 10 years, and shall also be accountable to fine unless the woman raped is his wife and isn't underneath 12 years old, within which case he will be punished with imprisonment of either a description for a time period which may extend to 2 years, with fine, or with both. The punishment for the same offense is different for different ages. How can the same law discriminate on the basis of age while protecting from sexual offense? This is clearly a discrimination under Article 14. Countries like Australia, Argentina, Brazil, France, Italy, New Zealand, and many others have explicitly criminalized marital rape through various laws, and some countries, though not expressed in any act, have punished people through their judicial decisions. According to the National Health and Family Survey Report 4 for the year 2015-16, recorded that 5.4% of women under the data had experienced marital rape. The figure was way higher in 2005 and 2006 in the report 3 of NHFS, as it was recorded to be 9.5%. It's high time for India to recognize that there is a necessity for criminalization of marital rape. Most importantly, the judiciary needs to take the first steps towards making the Indian society free from such taboos and support women suffering from marital rape in order to encourage them to gain confidence and face the society and to fight for their rights and liberty. Thank you. Abhaas Mishra from Banaras Hindu University.